take good care of yourself. Self-love is so important, and it's more than just like taking a bubble bath and stuff. It's like really reflecting on your life and what you're doing and the choices you make. And
when I'm in Brighton, just with my friends, having a good time and whatnot, and they took a photo of me.
I want you to be thankful, be grateful, and make sure you pay it forward for everybody who's around you. Make sure you spread love as much as possible, and make sure that you do your best to keep your word and honor those around you. Fail forward and fail often. That's the key to success.
Highly enjoyed that introduction. Without you, I wouldn't be in the position that I am in today. I know a lot of other people are currently going through some of the hardest times, and I just want to say thank you for allowing me to still provide, entertainment for you guys in these difficult times. Stay strong. Try to stay safe, stay healthy.
You got a way. There's a way. For you people that want to, all that mental health that you want to think that you want to kill yourself, man, that's not the way. There's always somebody out here that, we out here. Y'all can hit me up. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can hit me up on Messenger. Never give up.
Keep your head high. Keep your heart full. Keep that passion driving.
We are an organization focused on embracing. We have so many different ethnicities. I think we had 7 languages represented with our first show. So ages, races, sizes. I mean, all of these women are beautiful athletes. The one thing they have in common is they're, top caliber athletes.
But it just goes down to that, like just that perseverance that you can just never bow to the circumstances, the negativity, never bowing to the negativity, whether it being brought to you by a person or a group of people or by something, some kind of challenge in life or anything like that.
There's only one thing in this world that matters, and that is sweet victory.
And we're back. It is the HHW Show 2023. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Man, look, man, it's always happening to us that every time we take a break for getting ready for the holidays, there's a lot of news that pops out in WWE.
Man, WWE suspect when it comes to our podcast show. They know. Oh, they go on a break. Let's pop out the more fireworks here, baby.
I guaranteed that Mandy Rose would still have a job if we would have stayed on.
It looked like she was trying to employ herself financially otherwise.
Uncle Howdy would have never showed up.
He would have still been with his cousins.
Oh, man.
Somewhere down in the bayou somewhere.
The New Day was somehow challenged the Usos again.
But
no, of course
they got
downgraded. John Cena came back
with not all his hair.
Oh man. Hey. And then LA Knight, I don't know. Is he Ric Flair's son?
I guess so, but he's showing how to take a punch, man. He keeps on ticking, I guess.
I don't know. But man, I tell you what, so much going on and everything else. We're glad to be back and stuff like that because it's the road to the Royal Rumble, man. It's in 4 weeks, and I can't wait. It's on a Saturday. If I believe I'm mistaken, it's in near you or is it near me?
No, it's near me, right down the road.
Right, it's San Antonio, right? At the Alamo Dome.
At the Alamo Dome, yeah.
Right. So, man, I tell you what, though, I was looking at those ticket prices, and I
Oh,
think I just best just to stay home and watch it.
that's it. That's the best place. Even though for me, I can go, but no parking, no bathroom line, no concession stand line. I can take a break anytime I want and don't have to worry about it.
So
I love
watch this. You ready for this? At the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut, uh, I usually sit on the lower level, like close to the ring. And only in that place, when you want to get yourself a beer, right? There's only one area you can get to the beer, and they don't even sell everything. So
Hmm.
you have to go up the stairs. Now, these stairs are not regular stairs, they're
Mhm.
really steep, and you got a high step to go up. Okay.
Mm.
God forbid that somebody falls, you tumbling all the way down. There's no way someone's stopping you. Okay. So, anyways,
One beer,
um,
two beer, three beer floor.
woo, I tell you what. And then they don't want you to purchase two or more. It's two's the limit. And I'm like, dude, but I'm the runner for like the whole crew. Come on now.
What about
So,
a twin?
oh man. So I remember one time I made a deal with the guy that was in line. It was like, oh yeah, he's next to me. And he was just okay. And then in exchange, I was like, yo, I get you a little kid something if you hold my beers for me. And then that was a wrap. So he helped me. And then we took 3 steps away from the concession stand, and he gave me right in front of the employees. And then I'm carrying it like this all the way down. What's the whole big deal? You know what I mean? The big deal is if I would have fell all the way down the stairs and lose all my drinks, that's a big deal.
A lot of money wasted, yeah.
Oh, talking about money. I
Mm.
mean, dude, you're paying almost nearly $20 for a drink.
I know it.
I can imagine what's going on everywhere else around the nation.
For
So,
real.
but
Taking baby steps, baby, with those drinks.
oh yes, but by the way, they're coming back to Connecticut to
Mhm.
Mohegan Sun in February for Friday Night SmackDown. So that'd be pretty interesting to check that out. I mean, there's a few seats out there waiting, but you see that stadium is tricky because everywhere around you is like $200 a ticket, you
Right.
know, and it's always these guys that's trying to sell them. It's not the regular price.
Right.
So they think they slick by just multiplying by 2 or 3 and think they're gonna sell those tickets. Nah, I'm sorry, man. It's just not happening. I might as well just go next door and just play some craps or play a 21 and make my money there throughout the whole process. I mean, really. And maybe I'll make some money, and then I just go in there and profit. Who knows?
Right.
But yeah, but interesting stuff going on in the WWE. And once again, we're sponsored by the CMG Sports. Go ahead and on the YouTube channel, subscribe to the HHW show, and also follow CMG Sports. Okay, CMG Central. Excuse me, CMG Central. They're on the YouTube channel. You can catch that as well. All right. The new champion, the NXT Women's Champion, is now Roxanne Perez, right? And the only reason why she's the champion, well, it was set up for her to be champion later down the road, but the process happened that Mandy Rose violated some rules in the WWE, and she got fired. She got let go because of her account, OnlyFans, I think, or something else, and what
Something like that.
it's
Yeah.
more than what she had, and whatever it is. Come to find out that after her firing, she made a lot of money. She made
Yeah.
millions of dollars already, just doing her own thing.
I don't blame her too much, but I put a little blame on the WWE because they sexualize her as the NXT Women's Champion. You see, so why not? Why? So she took advantage of it. I'm not gonna fault her for that. If she violated the rules in her contract, that's one thing. But don't do something and then expect her not to capitalize on the image that you're creating for her. 'Cause
Absolutely. And she's been doing it for a while. And then what's the difference between now and back then when you had superstars, the woman on Playboy magazine, front cover of a Playboy magazine?
Exactly. See, that's another thing. The WWE women's superstars have been on the cover of Playboy, the centerfold. But if it wasn't benefiting the WWE, then you're out. You see,
Right.
to me, that's I don't. That's just
If they're using the name Okay, if they're using the name of WWE, I can understand that because of copyrights. But if you're using your own name and you're doing your thing, I don't think it should be a problem. Like,
Yeah.
where's there that says that you can't have two jobs?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
many of us have two, maybe three jobs or something like that, right? So,
Mhm.
what's the difference between them? Yes, they're contracted WWE, but what they're doing outside of WWE, I think that's
Right.
their business.
Yeah. I think so. Unless it says otherwise in the contract, but you read the fine print. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
Look, I respect the AEW because their wrestlers can still go out, their superstars can still go out to different promotions and promote not only themselves but the actual market of AEW.
Yeah.
Right? I've seen it all here in Northeast Wrestling. So, getting to meet them, something that is very difficult to meet in the WWE. Okay, you got to pay a lot of money to see these guys. When in AEW, those guys come out in the local areas. You don't got to go far. And as a matter of fact, if they got merchandise, they can sell t-shirts for like $20 or so, and you call it a wrap. And sometimes they're there to help these youngsters, the new upcoming ones,
Yep.
for some exposure.
Hmm.
So I'm kind of digging that. But yeah, man. So Mandy Rose let go, but I still got a gut feeling she's gonna come back to WWE,
Don't
right?
they? Don't they always?
Because that faction that they had going on in NXT was fabulous,
Hmm.
and she was the ringleader. So,
Yeah. And she sure brought toxic a whole new meaning.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. Uh, Here's a rumor that I found today.
Yes.
And Sasha Banks supposedly is a free agent. So she says she posted thank you, Sasha Banks, with a blue heart and stuff like that. And then she was seen in the Celtics game a couple of weeks ago. But supposedly she got a new name. I know she's going to be wrestling in Japan. Supposedly that's locked in. But she's still on the active roster of WWE. And I don't understand how everyone else is saying thank you, Sasha Banks, yada, yada, yada. But if you go to the WWE website, she's still listed under SmackDown.
Hmm.
I'm just confused.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. You're gonna have me on the roster, but you're not gonna have me active. Hopefully, she's still getting paid.
Right. And then, like, how many times have our superstars changed their names?
Yes.
Right. So, what if she's still in WWE and now she's a rebrand with the money, with her name? What is it? Money Banks?
Monet Banks or something like that.
Monet Banks?
Money Banks, yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
Money Banks, money, I guess. I don't know. I mean, that's Shane McMahon's thing, money, right?
I mean, because you look at a finishing move called the bank statement, so yeah, it would be
Right.
something to that nature.
She's cashing in the bank statement. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. I like it. I like it a lot. And then we have, man, NXT Tag Team Champions. All right. We got the New Day. Now, how did that happen?
I have no idea. I have, whoa, how did that happen?
How did
I don't
that
know.
happen?
I don't know.
Woo!
Yeah,
Woo!
You said New Day, and he just jumped in.
yeah, man. It's the New Day.
Hey,
You know what? I say we give it to Frank. Frank, what do you think about it?
I know, man. Welcome back, buddy.
hey,
Happy New Year.
I'm glad to be here. Happy New Year. I'm running late like always, but hey, I'm here. I'm happy. I'm glad. We're good. Now, the New Day, I don't even know what to tell you. I think it's a step down for them. Why are you going to put them in NXT for?
Well, maybe because of ratings. There's rumors out there that the ratings for NXT are tumbling down big times. You don't have what 2019 was about in NXT. I think that was the mark of NXT when they went ahead and captured the Survivor Series that year, right? Uh, when you had Shayna Baszler when she was rough and tough back then, right? Ciampa, who else was there? Damian Priest, Keith Lee, all these guys that stepped up to the plate and was very competitive and standing toe to toe with the main roster. There's no one right now that in NXT that I'm convinced of that can handle the main roster.
Okay, I can see that. I mean, if they're down there to help develop these new tag teams or help them create a storyline for themselves or create an image for themselves as the tag team champions, I understand that. But just to go down there, because of any other reason, could it be that there's no storyline for them against the Usos? Even though we can all agree that that's probably one of the greatest rivals there has been lately between the two tag teams.
Yeah, but I'm still disappointed that the New Day didn't win because they could have battled again and give it back to the Usos. You know what I mean? Like that. It's almost like Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair. They did that, right? You know what I mean?
Well,
So those tag teams could have done the same thing. Oh, I'm now the undisputed. Now they go back and forth. You know what I mean? I would have dug that and keep that going, right? Because it's worth watching these guys. It's never too old for me to watch the New Day and the Usos battle.
I don't think it's over with, honestly.
I think so. When you're going down to NXT, that's a downgrade.
Why? Dolph Ziggler went down there and he came back up.
And where he's at?
Where's
he's in the background like, I want to fight, and you never to see him again. I want the chance to hit the bloodline. Okay, where's he at? Oh, Kevin Owens. Yeah. You go ahead with the Street Profits. Come on, man. I'm just saying. I'm not liking it. All right. I'm not liking it. Then again, the tag team division as a whole is very minimum, right? There ain't that many compared to the Hardy Boys when they were stepping up to Edge and Christian. Who else was out there?
The Dudley Boys.
The Dudley Boys. You had the what other tag teams that I haven't seen that were let go was these guys. They were tall and tough and they had black boots on and green pants. What were they? A&P?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't remember what they were, but I think they were A&P.
Right. And I'm like, then they vanished. Like tag teams come and go, and then you're stuck with the Alpha Academy. That's a joke, man.
Come on. It looked like they rebranded the Viking Raiders, but we haven't been seeing too much TV.
Yeah, you ramp them, and then you're supposed to be like this go-to beat up the jobbers, and then when they go against the superstars, they don't show up. You know what I mean? So, and then like Hit Row. I'm sorry, Hit Row stinks. They stink. I don't care.
They can't even jump right.
Oh man, then they were making fun of them. And then I think that dude wanted to fight Ricochet, right? Like, all right, man, like you're just creating something. You're stretching it out there, and you really suck. You really do. You're not the same Hit Row that you were in NXT.
Yeah, I think.
And then when they went to the SmackDown, it was like a slow start, and I think it's because they don't have Swerve. Swerve made that team live.
Yeah.
I
think it was too early of a call up for them, too quick. I think.
Because I think they were better. They were safer at Raw, to be honest with you, because they have more superstars there, and they could blend in. But I just didn't like. I look at them now. It's like, why? And then when you botch the move and you still win the match, come on, man. I already know the Usos are going to win the championship belts again. I respect more on the Legado de Fantasma than I do with anybody else in that roster, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think their call up was much better to me.
Much better. They're athletic. They're fast. I mean, you got to give them credit. The only thing they're missing is a Latino that's a big dude. That's like a Bronson Reed type of dude. That's what they're missing. But speaking about that, I mean, I'm also missing out on this picture because, man, Dominic Mysterio is looking kind of hard ass like Mr. Crowbar with that tear thing in his face, man. All right, so I found this in Get Show podcast on Twitter, and I started laughing. Okay, no, there's more. Hold on, there's more. You ready? Then you have him like this. He did a video, and he's almost like trying to act like Eddie Guerrero a little bit, right? So is this storyline going to go to like, oh, really? Eddie Guerrero was really my father? Are they going to go in that direction? I mean, I'll start laughing if it does. Okay. Here's another one. Prison changes a man. Yeah. After they put you up in the culo right there. Come on, man. Desde la prisión. And I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, this is comical. And then my other favorite, well, this is the continuation. So Thanksgiving, there was an issue. On Christmas Day, there was an issue. And Dominic's like, just got out. Thank you, mommy, to Rhea Ripley. So he's calling her mommy and everything else.
And I don't understand how the cops showed up that fast. That was pretty fast. That was like a world record.
Yeah.
They were like sitting around the corner.
Talk about world record. Grand Theft Auto, baby. Olale. That was from Beyond the 3 Count. So Beyond the 3 Count Twitter account there. And I just laughed my ass off, man. What a rock star he is.
Yeah.
What a rock. But
Party
then
like
again,
a
I guess like those rappers, you got to build your credentials. So you got to get arrested so you can get street credit for your rap music. All right. I guess he's trying to get credit as a hardcore guy being the Judgment Day. I don't know why, but it is what it is. I still find it hilarious. I still think that he is slow in the ring. I know he's an entertainer. I mean, I am entertained. I'm talking about the guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he needs his own work. Honestly, the 619, that is so slow. Maybe because he is tall, his height compared to Rey Mysterio. I mean, that dude got little legs. This me running around the ring, but it's good for him because he could swing around. Rey Mysterio looked like he's like slow jogging, like, well, I can't speed up because I can't beat my dad, and then everything's like in sync. Like they're trying to like time everything. And I think that's the biggest flaw for Dominic Mysterio. And I say this because watching these independent wrestlers, they do the same thing. But it's okay for them to make those mistakes. But you can't be making those mistakes live on television.
And that's why I do not like the fact that people like him get called up to the main roster and then they botch everything on live TV. And you got all these young talent down at the Performance Center trying to make their name for themselves, and they get scolded for all the bad things that they do, but at least they're trying and learning. But somebody like Dominic just get handed to him on a silver platter because of his dad. I do not like it. Maybe they just put him down at the Performance Center and let him get beat up.
Frank, didn't you have glasses?
Yeah, I took him off. They were bothering me.
Man, he took him off when he saw Dominic Mysterio. He's like, what?
Yeah. I kind of took him off for a little while. But yeah, Dom doesn't convince me as anything right now. He's not his own wrestler. I mean, that's the way I see it. And he needs to develop his own. You see him right now as a knockoff of Eddie Guerrero, because I think the same way. I'm looking at him and I'm like, knockoff of Eddie Guerrero and what's this guy with the toothpick, and Razor Ramon.
Oh yeah.
That's what that is.
But that's the Mexican way, right? All he needs is a button shirt on top to choke his neck, and everything else loose in the bottom. And be like,
a flannel.
Ahí estamos.
You don't gave him
like Conan.
You gave him his new nickname, his new ring name, Eddie Ramon.
Ramon.
Wow.
Ramon, put that on Twitter. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that right now.
The Aztec Cuban.
The Aztec. Frank.
I'm sorry, Frank. Was I stealing your thunder here? I'm gonna get booted off before you.
Not at all. Wow, listen. You get booted off. That's a miracle.
Wait a minute. I gotta write that down. What's his name again? New name?
Eddie Ramon, the Aztec Cuban.
Eddie Ramon. Aztec
Cuban.
What does Ray Ramon say? He has that thing. What did he say? What did he used to say?
No, I don't remember.
Oh, we'll remember it later. But you talking about call-ups, right? What is the right call-up? And this individual was the right call-up, okay? And there's no other than Austin Theory. Because since he got brought up, remember he moved up the main roster during the pandemic, right? And he did very well with Zelina Vega and what was the other dude's name? Andrade.
Andrade.
Excuse me, man. I'm killing his name already. It's been that long. Not really long, but damn. But he did awesome. Then he got kicked out the group, and then he tagged along with Seth Rollins a little bit, and then he went back to NXT. And now he's back in the main roster, and then a lot of people is like, oh, Vince McMahon is trying to carry this guy alone. But in reality, he's not doing it alone. A lot of people got misconception about, because he's in a storyline with Vince McMahon, that's his boy. Before they even get together, there's like several personnel in one team that get together to build storylines. It's not just one person, And if you take away from Monday Night Raw, Austin Theory gave a one hell of a performance with Seth freaking Rollins. Okay. And to be in a ring with him, you made it. Like, you are big time when you wrestle Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah.
And look at all these people that he defeated as a United States champion. Bobby Lashley, Mustafa Ali, Johnny Gargano, Damian Priest, and like we mentioned, Seth freaking Rollins. Whether it was a live TV show or just a live event on the weekends, that still counts. Because we've seen, titles exchanged during live events. It's happened before.
Yes.
Just like Rey Mysterio won the U.S. title in Madison Square Garden. Okay, y'all remember that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anything could happen. Okay, excuse me, but this guy's the man, and you could tell he's going to be the future. And I was trying to compare him with John Cena, and all I could say is he's in the right path. Let him be heel for a while. And once he drops that title, which I think he'll drop the title, I don't know if he's going to get his WrestleMania moment this year, all right, that he'll stay champion. But sooner or later, once he drops that belt, he's going to go for the world title. And that's going to happen once the bloodline is already broken up. That's when it's going to happen.
Yeah, I can see that. And he's a future champion, just like John Cena was. But John Cena had to start somewhere, and it was the U.S. title. He started somewhere in the ring with, Kurt Angle. And so, since John Cena had a Kurt Angle, he has Seth Rollins, and that's where you got to start at.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. Absolutely.
Yeah, you have to start somewhere, and you're right. I mean, the more and more I see this young man, he is becoming the next John Cena in his own way, and that's a great thing. The money in the bank contract didn't do anything for him. He just gave us a roller coaster ride with that. But even John Cena lost the money in the bank contract, so there's some similarities there too. So,
yes,
look, I wasn't sold on this guy at all. And maybe a couple months ago, several months ago, I remember I sat there and I was like, I don't like this guy. I don't like the way the character is being built. I don't like anything. But I'll tell you, I'm becoming a fan. I see the work. You see what's going on. This guy is it. He's gonna do it. So just gonna be a matter of time. And it's like Hector said, Seth Rollins is John Cena's
Kurt Angle.
Right.
I didn't realize we allowed dogs.
And if you follow his Instagram account, like, this dude is beast mode. Like, his workout is sick. Okay. And I don't know if John Cena still works out the same way he used to. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I know he's trying to fit in with the Hollywood stuff, and he got different types of exercise. But this guy's sick.
I mean, you just had that picture on there. You seen his arm? Good night.
I'll put it back up. Go look at
that.
Yeah.
He's big.
He's a big guy. I mean, he's not a Bobby Lashley, but he's right for his size.
Oh man, dude, when he was doing that face off with him, absolutely, like, he got some stuff, man. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But you got to give him props. And speaking about John Cena,
he's throwing that weight around the gym. I'm sure he is.
Yeah, but speaking about John Cena, then you got this right here. Still cock diesel, man. Like this guy is still ripped. I mean, he's lost some hair. You know, it's okay.
He's
Not
lost
bad
a lot
for
of hair.
not bad
Yeah.
for his
Oh,
40s.
there it is. Another phone call. You already talking smack about, and you're in Florida too, so he might come down there and be like, "What you say?" No, but yeah, he still got it, and those two ended up defeating the Bloodline, which means that 2023 is not going to be pretty for the Bloodline.
I agree.
No, not at all.
However, I didn't say it's going to be WrestleMania, but I'm going to predict that something's going to happen in SummerSlam, and that's going to be the fall of Roman Reigns. I do believe that. I think that's a SummerSlam event. I think if you plan on something to do in WrestleMania, unless it's Seth freaking Rollins, that's all that matters. And I know a lot of people are in the bandwagon. Well, Cody Rhodes should be the one when he returns and win the Royal Rumble. I'm not sold on Cody Rhodes winning the Royal Rumble. I'm really not. Not yet. Okay.
There's a lot of angles going on there, but you're right. I can agree with the SummerSlam thing because that's where it all started for him when he attacked the Fiend and Braun Strowman. So why not let it end where it all began for him? I can see that happening. But yeah, this year is going to be a long year for the Bloodline, and they continue trying to act like what you said before, the quote unquote NWO, and to try to attack everybody. The number games is not going to be in their favor. And Solo Sikoa is only going to take so much before he may just turn his back on him. Because he's going to say that I'm the muscles and I'm doing all the work. And yet y'all can't even hold your own weight.
Well, it's getting out of control because of the fact that look what happened on Monday Night Raw. Everybody backstage was chasing the Bloodline, and everybody wants a piece of the Bloodline, you know? But they didn't need to go on Raw. They didn't need to try to say that they're trying to take over. You know what I mean? That's just ridiculous. Ridiculous.
That sounded like an NWO line.
Right. And like every faction is going to fall. The thing is, how hard will they fall? And it's going to start with the Usos. It's going to start there. You'll see. As we've been saying it long, we just having our timing off. But which tag team is going to take those titles away from the Usos? My best bet probably be the Street Profits. They're the only legit tag team.
That's the safest bet, yeah. If you want to have a face to have the titles, yeah. And if they're going to keep them unified, yeah.
Right.
You know, but if you're going to separate them, then again, you know, I don't know. Sheamus and McIntyre got seen something going on with each other.
That's another. Oh, you know what? If they decide to just coexist with one another and be the tag teams, because the other two heroes are not doing it. Okay. I'm down with Drew McIntyre and Sheamus to be tag team champions. Oh, they'll be on. That's like, to be honest with you, that's like the Undertaker and Kane together.
The Scottish Irish connection. There you go.
There you go. Write that down.
The Scottish Irish connection.
Oh, I'm gonna write that down, man. Scottish
Irish
connection. And back in the days, the tag teams in the 80s had the word connection in there, right? So there were many, minus the Strike Force. There was something different. But
did they have the Pan Am connection or something like
that?
The
Pan Am connection, the North and South connection. Yes, absolutely. But here's another connect that we got going on. Is the Royal Rumble coming up at the end of the month. And right now, locked in is a pitch black match. I'm gonna have to look that up to see what that really means, because I really know what that pitch black means. Maybe everything's dark with one spotlight. That's probably what it looked like. But Bray Wyatt and LA Knight will go at it. That is official. I'm looking forward to see what's going on there, especially if Uncle Howdy may show up on that, which I'm still left confused about Uncle Howdy. Then you got the men's Royal Rumble. Okay, and before I move on, do you guys have any favorites that might win the Royal Rumble this year?
That guy. That guy.
No. No. We already saw his run. No, it's not happening.
I mean, I think if Seth Rollins can stay healthy, I think he'll be the man.
Mm-mm. I don't
Who
think
you
so.
got?
I don't know, man. I gotta see how the entrance first, but I have no idea.
Man, we're never gonna know what the entrance is. We didn't know anything last year.
Right now, I have no idea. I mean, for all we know, it could be freaking Brock Lesnar. Hell,
Oh man,
My
nope. That's not gonna repeat.
my wild card will be carrying Cross.
Damn, you stole that. You
Sorry.
stole that from me.
My bad.
Stop thinking
My
like
bad.
me, man. You
I'll
do the
keep
same
quiet.
thing in football when we make our picks.
I'll keep my mouth quiet.
could it be Cody Rhodes?
But yeah, okay. So watch this. So a lot of rumors speculating Cody Rhodes, right? I don't feel like Cody Rhodes deserves that win for the Royal Rumble. Okay, you were hurt, bro, and throughout that time you're recovering. These superstars are. I'm a firm believer, man. Every week, everywhere they go, they busting their ass and try to get to the top. And Hector's been saying this even since we started our podcast. He's like, you can't stand people with popularity just moving up and disregarding what everyone else is doing. It's just not fair.
Well, that's what they've
Seth
done, though.
Rollins lost a lot of matches in 2022, and every time that he gets that win, he always talks about Roman Reigns. He wants action with Roman Reigns on television. Okay, on television, Roman Reigns owes Seth Rollins another match. Okay. I understand like those live footage and stuff like that, those live shows that Roman Reigns has just been on them, whatever, and then everything ceased from there. But Seth Rollins has been putting people over for the whole entire 2022. It's his time again. He deserves to be a world champion. And that's probably one of the reasons why he did not win against Austin Theory for the United States Championship. And I'm glad that he lost because now it clears that path. So when the Royal Rumble happens, he'll be one of the final four. And speaking about final four, I'm talking about Seth freaking Rollins, Karrion Kross. If Drew McIntyre is there, probably him. Okay. And there's only one wild card. Maybe it is Cody Rhodes. Maybe he'll make it in there. Okay. But you also got to pay attention to people that's on the roster that's not there that could be like one of those Cinderella and then get tossed at the end. Hopefully it's not Edge. I don't want him, to be in the final, but he is. And if he makes it to the final four, he's going to put somebody over. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing was Seth freaking Rollins from the very beginning. As long as he's not a title holder, he should win. But then there also rumor is about The Rock. I'm not a fan of The Rock. If The Rock was to come out, let him match up with Roman Reigns for the Elimination Chamber. But it doesn't make sense because WrestleMania is in Hollywood. But The Rock does not have to wrestle. He can make an appearance while Roman Reigns is there. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole key. So while you and let me, before I move forward, the last time The Rock wrestled at WrestleMania, he got hurt against John Cena. Why would you put yourself in that situation?
Well, he also had that like 3-second match against Eric Rowan.
Right. So it's not gonna last long.
No, but you're right. A full blown match, you're gonna hurt yourself because he's not ring ready. He's not ring ready.
Mm-mm.
But he could surprise everybody and help the bloodline because he's family. And maybe he does acknowledge Roman Reigns as the head of the table.
Hey, I mean,
that would throw everybody off.
But could we finally say The Rock will retire and put him in the Hall of Fame? Because he's not in the Hall of Fame yet.
Yeah, and I get that. But that's like saying John Cena is going to retire from ring, and that ain't going to happen.
No, he said he's not. He already said he'll come part-time. So he already admit that. The Rock hasn't done anything yet, but he's too heavily involved with so many stuff. The season's going to start for the XFL, and by that time, the season's almost probably ending by the time WrestleMania hits. You know what I mean? Going to the playoffs. So this is a lot of things that's happening. But being that you're in Hollywood, anything's possible. Anything's possible. What about the women's side of the house?
Royal Rumble wise,
Mhm.
I like Becky Lynch. I
Rhea
really do.
Ripley.
Rhea Ripley, okay.
I thought about those two. I really have. Um, until I see something official that Sasha Banks is not coming back, then I would say Sasha Banks will be one of my final fours. Not saying she's a clear winner, um, but Bailey could be another one that could
Mhm.
be an advantage because she needs to shine, man. She needs to be the face, you know. But will she win and then chase Charlotte because she owns Charlotte?
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, or do we get Ronda Rousey or Shayna Baszler in there to muscle everybody out the ring? Which I'm not, and it's left me
I'm
a
not,
bad taste.
yeah, I don't like that. I
Mm.
don't like that.
But there ain't that many people in the women's division in the first place. Raquel Gonzalez. I mean, if anything, Shotzi Blackheart. I
Yeah,
mean, Shotzi, excuse me.
Raquel's dealing with an injury. I don't know. She's got to fully recover to be part of this. I would like to see the four horsewomen be the final four. That would be awesome.
That would
Oh,
be. Oh my
That's a
god.
Royal
nah,
Rumble moment right there.
absolutely. Absolutely. I like that. I really do. Oh, but my question to y'all, and I saved the best for last. Okay. And this is a good debate. There is only one king, one top dog, one that is measured the greatest superstar of all time. Who will it be? Is it Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins? Now I'll start with Frank. Um, who do you think is the best?
Hmm.
Who is the top dog?
You know, I was gonna originally, I would think Roman Reigns, but when you really look at both superstars, right? Who's done it more on their own, Seth or Roman? Seth has, and to really be the greatest, you got to be on your own. Roman, for majority of his career, has never been alone. So, if you, my opinion will be Seth freaking Rollins.
All right, I got that.
I I agree with Seth Rollins because of his body of work. You know, um, to me, this is the modern day Hulk Hogan versus Macho Man, or maybe yeah, I would think so.
Ultimate
Not
Warrior.
I was gonna
No,
say
no, no, no.
I was gonna say that,
Not
but no,
Ultimate Warrior because Hulk Hogan had the belt and it never really exchanged. The only belts exchanged was the Intercontinental Championship.
right. I mean, even though Hogan was the world
True.
champion, but Macho Man made the Intercontinental title relevant, and he had the better matches, like with Ricky Steamboat at WrestleMania. You see, he had the better body work, even though Hogan was the face. We're talking about the modern day between these two, and I take nothing away from Roman Reigns because, again, both these guys are Grand Slam champions. Okay, to me, Roman Reigns has a slight advantage when it comes to Royal Rumbles because he's been in the Final Four like about 5, 6 consecutive years, and he just never could get over that hump and win multiple Royal Rumbles. But I give the slight edge to Seth Rollins here, man. This is a great debate between these two, but Seth Rollins has shown us how he can be, very active as a face and a heel, and people still love him both ways.
I
You know,
know, man. And
so
everyone tuned into his music as of late,
yes,
right?
yes,
But Roman Reigns has main evented WrestleMania several times, more times than Seth Rollins.
right, right.
Okay. But I still remember the famous main event of all time for me is when Seth Rollins came in and cashed in his briefcase, right? And he pinned Roman Reigns. That was pretty awesome. It stole it away from Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns to get that true winner, in which we had to wait till later, right, in their careers to find out who was better than who. Um, but I'm a fan of both. I really do. Roman Reigns for the past year deserves to be the number one superstar of all time, right? 2022 has been his year, the ultimate, because I think his charisma, his body of work in the ring, and what he's done on the microphone is probably the best right now. Okay. But it didn't start that way. And you needed John Cena to give you that boost. All right. Not so much for Seth freaking Rollins. He's just natural. Okay. And as soon as he took over the main roster, he was the architect. He continues and continues to be unique at every way. And it almost reminds me of what The Undertaker has said. Like, you've been in for so many years, you find ways to revolve, make changes to be relevant each and every time. You don't want the same old person over and over again. But then again, it's always exceptional for The Undertaker because, man, Death Valley, man, it's just so original. No one could ever be like him.
No.
None.
But when, like you said, when you can recreate your character, okay, and become the architect or the beast slayer or whatever, something like that, that makes it very relevant on your status in the WWE. Okay, it is being portrayed that Roman Reigns is always going to be the muscle of the two, you know, physically the strongest of the two. Okay, and more intimidating because of his role right now as the head of the table. You see what I'm saying? But you cannot take away that he reminds me, Seth Rollins reminds me of the Joker in comics. You know, he just doesn't, you don't know his antics or his tactics, what he's going to do. You know, he's not as predictable as Roman Reigns is, because one minute you think that he's going to hold the United States title and then he drops it. But then he turns around and wins another title. You know, a man who can hold two different titles at the same time, unlike Roman Reigns, who's holding two of the same titles at the same time. You see what I'm saying? So I give the edge to Seth Rollins, and to me, I think he is, by a slight favorite, the face of the WWE. Not by much. I think it's a close race between the two.
I'll tell you what, merchandise, I've been buying Roman Reigns. I acknowledge your daddy.
I did too. I got my bloodline shirt too, but I'm definitely jumping on the Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah, but I won't wear any fashion clothes like him. That's just not my style. No.
Maybe Frank will. Maybe Frank.
Frank looks good.
No.
He gives it
I won't wear the fashion clothes. Sorry.
Azteca Cuban look.
Hey yo. Oh hey.
Oh hey. Okay.
Olale. Oh no, that's Mexican. My bad. Yeah. Anyways,
you're confusing your.
No, you're confusing me, man. One day you're Mexican, next day you're Cuban, next day I don't know what you are anymore.
Listen, I'm always Cuban.
Where's your cigar at?
Downstairs in the box. The one thing I can tell you, I never am, and I never will be Puerto Rican.
Why? You stole their colors. You stole their flag. You changed the colors around.
No.
You got colorblind.
Oh my goodness. Actually, no. If I was colorblind, it'd be black and white, not red, white, and blue.
Oh man, he don't even know colorblind. Good Lord have mercy. Yo, you're not an animal, bro.
You got your passport, Frank?
No.
He can't find it.
Come to Puerto Rico. You don't need it.
You see? Puerto Rican. Anyway. I'll have you join Dominic Mysterio, man. Don't worry.
No, thank you.
See, your football team don't even have the same colors as you guys. At least our team still got the same colors as our Puerto Ricans. Red, white, and blue, baby.
I'm not going to tell you about my football team.
I know.
We are on a 5-game slump. We're going on a 6. We are pretty much going to be out of the playoffs. It is what it is.
Hey, man, don't doubt your team like that. I mean, you're going for your third-string quarterback. Don't worry about it.
You sound like Sasha Banks. You've been out of pocket for a long time.
That was a woo.
Woo, like Charlotte Flair.
This show, once again, is sponsored by CMG Sports. Please follow them on Facebook and YouTube. That's CMG Sports, CMG Central. And also follow our podcast on your favorite audio podcast platform. It is HHW Show. We're concluding our show, and this is the road to the final four. The road to the Royal Rumble, and which again, I'm just really focused on who will be the 4 superstars. We don't know who's in it, the full roster, and we never do, really, to be honest with you. But it's interesting to see. what's going to happen this year. We are bringing our predictions back of the wins and losses. We'll see how that goes. And then we want all our listeners to be involved in our in our votes here, because there'll be a lot of prizes this year, guaranteed. And none of us three will win, but if we do, it means you ain't winning. But yeah, whatever. I'll slap you around like I did with the Bowmania challenge.
I'll super kick you like I did in the NFL.
Oh, Frank is quiet because he's like, whatever, dude.
Listen, you know
He's
what?
just happy to be here.
You know what? I agree with Hector. I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy to go ahead and make my picks and always lose with you guys. So it doesn't matter. I mean, it is what it is. I think in the whole time
he's gonna pick Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks is coming back.
Frank, you get 3 absences per quarter before you have to bring a doctor's excuse to the show.
Damn. But hey, look, you know what?
We will have the takeaway. We will have every episodes that we have coming up. And once again, you're listening to the HHW Show podcast. We do got to sign out. But hey, stay tuned next week. We're going to even have some more fantasy Royal Rumbles. We got that and much, much more. So thank you for watching. Take care, everyone. Let's enjoy some wrestling.